For our second dish, we're doing another dish from the Piemonte region of Italy in the north. This is similar to ossobuco that we made the other show, but a little bit different. We're gonna use chuck roast instead of shank, and it's a slow braised one pot dish. So what we're gonna do first, get that pan hot. We'll add our oil. Just enough, we don't want this to be oily, we just want enough to coat the bottom of the pan. We are going to season this piece of chuck roast. So the nice thing about chuck roast is when it cooks slowly, it kind of breaks down and gets kind of like a shredded meat, very tender, so flavorful. And look at that beautiful fat in there. Fat is flavor, so this is gonna have a lot of richness to it. Look at both sides. Do a little bit of pepper. Think of this as kind of like an Italian beef stew, but Brassato al Brarolo actually means braised meat in Barolo wine. So we're actually going to use a Barolo wine for this dish. All right. Well, it'd help if I turned the fan on. There we go. Get that hot. Now that our pan is hot, we're going to go ahead and put the chuck roast in. Get a nice sear on it. And searing not only gives it color, but it also helps to lock in the juices of the meat so that, you know, that flavor stays in the meat and doesn't kind of run out. I love using cast iron. You get the best sear on a cast iron. All right, turn this over. Love the sound of that sizzle. And this dish, you could again use multiple dishes. I think it's easier to just do it all in one pot. So once this is brown, we're going to take it out, and then we'll go ahead and put all of our other ingredients in the pot, and then we'll add the beef back in. All right, so we've got the meat ready. We'll turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. And again, we're putting in that holy trinity of onion, carrot, and celery. And we dice the onion, carrot, and celery all the same size so it all cooks evenly and you don't have one chunk of raw, carrot because it was larger than the others. We're gonna add garlic. We're gonna add juniper berries. They make gin out of juniper berries. I don't know if you know that, but we're gonna add some juniper berries, which will add a different flavor. A couple bay leaves. A sprig of rosemary. Rosemary is really easy to grow. Even if you don't have an herb garden, just get a rosemary plant. It's wonderful if you go pick it fresh and use it in your cooking. Okay, now, I'm going to deglaze the pan using some cognac. So by adding alcohol or liquid to a pan that's already hot, we'll release any of the particles that are stuck to the bottom, and that's what we call deglazing. So any of those brown bits that are stuck. And we'll let that cook for a minute so that the alcohol cooks off of it, but we still impart the flavor of the cognac. Okay, now I want my sauce to thicken as it's in the oven, braising. So I'm gonna add butter. And let that melt down. And this is an easy way to thicken a sauce without having to do a separate slurry with flour and cold water or cornstarch and cold water. You can actually use butter melted Equal parts butter, equal parts flour. And now I'm going to take the flour and we're just going to sprinkle that over evenly. And this is going to thicken this. So we'll let it thicken a little bit. And then we're going to put in the Barolo wine. All right. So see, that thickened up really quickly. It's kind of like a paste now. Without lumps, you don't get a lumpy sauce this way. All right, so traditional recipes call for a full bottle of wine, but y'all know me. I can't use the whole bottle. I have to leave one for myself to drink. So we're gonna go 3/4 of a bottle and we're gonna save one for me. We'll just pour that in. A little more. Don't mind if I do. Look at that, perfect. I mean, do you guys like to drink while you cook? Because I do. Okay, let's put the beef back in. Well, I take that back. Let's stir this a little bit so that paste mixture kind of gets evenly distributed. As this sauce heats in the oven, it'll thicken on its own from that. Okay. Put our chuck roast back in and the juices. Make sure that's nice and stirred. It doesn't have to cover the meat. Again, we're braising, so braising just means that the meat sits in the liquid. It doesn't mean that it's covered. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna put it in our oven, and this dish, again, you're gonna braise this slow and low, so 325 for probably about 2 to 3 hours. So now that we've got our Brassato al Brarolo in the oven braising, we can make polenta. Typically this dish is served over polenta or risotto. We're gonna make polenta today, but that is typically what this dish is served with in the Piedmont region. So to start, we're gonna take some water and bring it to a boil. And this is instant polenta, so it's so easy to do. It's not like you have to sit here and stir it and stir it and stir it. We just wanna bring this to a boil. And we're doing a small serving because we just need it for our plating. So this should heat up fairly quickly. Once this is boiling, we're gonna add in the cornmeal and we're gonna stir it until it becomes creamy. We'll add a little bit of salt and that'll be the base once we put that beautiful braised beef with that nice thick wine sauce on top of it. So our water is boiling. This is so easy because it's instant. We're going to pour in the polenta. And I'm gonna bring the heat down a little bit to a simmer. But you just wanna stir until that water gets absorbed and it gets nice and creamy. I mean, it's really fast. It takes a few minutes. But you can already tell it's starting to get nice and thick. Think of like a creamy mashed potatoes, kind of the consistency that you want. Now in some Italian recipes, you would really want this to thicken up and you can bake it off, which kind of makes it dry out, and then you can cut it into squares and grill it. That's another way you can use polenta in Italian cooking. Okay. Got the consistency that I want. And I add just a pinch of salt so we have some seasoning and it doesn't just taste like corn mush. All right, that is ready when our Brassato al Brarolo comes out of the oven to serve with it. So our beef has been braising for hours. It's fallen apart. It's nice and broken down. We are ready to plate this, and I'm so So excited. Probably because it's got wine in it. So we'll take our polenta. Let's make a little well. Hold that luscious meat sauce in it. And let me get a spoon. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful meat. Nice and tender. That look good? Brassato al Brarolo. So we went through the Piemonte region of Italy today, and we made 2 easy dishes, simple to do, but great party pleasers. We made the bagna cauda, which is that garlic anchovy dip, which I promise you at your next party, it will surprise guests and they'll enjoy it. And we made the Brassato alla Barolo. I may have had a couple sips of the Barolo. So good. So I'm so glad you joined me. I can't wait for you to watch our next episode. You can find these recipes at jenniferbasil.com. Ciao.